What's up, Sweeney? Welcome in. Just about to get started here, running a bit late. Thank you for joining in. Thank you for also becoming a supporter once again. And we are just about to get started here. What's up, fam? What's up, guys? If you don't know the light of recent news when it comes to GPUs, it seems that the pricing is going up once again. We thought it was already expensive as it was before. Hopefully everybody out there got to check out the latest video about Nvidia's pricing when it comes to their GPUs. I know it's insane. I know it's crazy expensive as it is. I mean, of course, you can't expect no less than when it comes to the RTX 6000 Blackwell Series Pro cards. Originally that they released around the $8,500 mark, and now they're pushing around $10,000 or even more for those GPUs. So also, this is going to affect when it comes to the 50 series cards when it comes to Nvidia. More than likely, we'll probably see more of the effects, I believe, probably after Computex, I would think, more than anything. And the reason being is because I think we're going to obviously see some more reiterations, especially like when it comes to different anniversary editions of some companies out there. And we're going to see quite a bit of a showing. Hopefully we see some more of the motherboards, and we'll see some new RAM kits even from ASUS. But from what I'm hearing, these new RAM kits from ASUS are specifically only on sale in Taiwan and also in China, but they don't have it on sale just quite yet here in the US and the European regions. But of course, when Computex comes around, definitely looking forward to it and excited seeing that. So let's go ahead and take a look here. Oh, that's we're into the studio. Let me just take you right to Micro Center here, and I'll show you exactly what I mean. So when you check out these RTX 6000 cards here. Ooh, it's been a long day. RTX series cards. You're gonna see just how expensive it is, especially for anybody that's just coming in. These cards are about like $10,000, so it's obviously gone up quite a bit in pricing, and it's a bit scary because it shows you the potential of just how expensive that these cards can truly get. Now, what's up, Black? Great to see you. Welcome in. Great to see all of you. And you know, one thing that has been annoying me is that on Discord, it seems like for some reason my server is not properly pushing out my videos, so I gotta kind of manually let everybody know about the streams that are coming up here. And let me just post it up there for everybody so that way they can see it. For anybody that wants to check out the live on Discord, so I'm sure you'll see more faces pop in, of course, as well. Now, the Blackwell cards, they're crazy expensive for a reason. And the reason being is because it's 96 gigabytes of G7. Nobody's going to honestly use it unless you're planning to do some more LLMs, or if you're thinking of getting involved with something like AI, which is always a possibility if some of you are into that. But now, from what I'm hearing, and again, it comes to the RTX 5000 series cards, because what I'm hearing is that some of the RTX 5090 cards can go up as high as $200 or $300 more. So it's going to go up quite a bit in pricing, unfortunately, when it comes down to it. So it's almost like we're truly getting squeezed as PC gamers. For anyone that is trying to build a PC, I know it probably feels really expensive as it is now. And for those who are just waiting for these prices to drop, as you know, these prices have been holding since back in, I'd say, like November of 2025, even October of 2025. depending on what we're talking about. Now, Micro Center has adjusted some of the deals that they do have, and Newegg has also done the same, as we will check that out in a bit. Now, on the GPU side, for everybody that's coming in, I just want to share with you how it's looking here. Let's go ahead and take a look. We're going to go over to the GPU side, and we're going to look at the RTX 5000 series and see if there has been truly any price adjustments just quite yet. And right as of now, the pricing has been holding. So the good news is if you get an RTX 50 series, you decide to go with it, that you do get 007 First Light with the GPU. Now it is currently at $3,500, which is the cheapest version of the RTX 5090 you can get from Gigabyte, which is great as of now. Obviously, it should be, we're all hoping for it to get dropped down in price to get a little bit cheaper for everybody to afford. Of course, they got the Zotac RTX 5070 Ti, which isn't too bad of a price for the 50 series card. But here's where I definitely got to warn everybody out there that is thinking about building a PC. If you are thinking of building a PC, it's definitely a good idea to end up going ahead and making a purchase if you truly need to. Now, I'm saying to only the people that are PC building, it's a good time to go ahead and make the purchases, because you don't want to get caught off guard or caught by surprise when you see the pricing for something like this to go up once again. Now, the Asus RTX 5090, that's still the same price. $3,900 is pretty much the normal pricing for this card. Now, if you look at any of the other cards here, like the MSI NVIDIA GeForce RTX 50, you know what? Give me a second, guys. I just realized something. Let me check my streamer bot. I think, let me see. Oh, of course, I wasn't signed in. I do apologize. I do see it. I'll check out the chat manually here, so that way I can share with you guys. Just give me a second. So far, I do see that our wonderful Twitch guys over here. I just got to check the YouTube chat here. So I'm going to bring that over and see everything that I missed. Apparently, it's not. It doesn't seem like it's coming up properly. So let me just reset this. There we go. Hopefully it reconnected properly there. But I'm going into the studio now, so I do apologize if I missed any comments. The only thing I do see right now is I just see the supporter, as you see up here. So hopefully once it refreshes, it should be pretty much good to go. Let me go to the live side. There we go. Okay, now we're good. Make sure live. Yeah. There we go. And now it's working at least. Weenie. There you go. Southstar. Now I see you. Z-Man, what's going on? Okay, I see all of you. Now I see all of you. I do apologize for catching you guys late. I'm just checking manually into the YouTube chat. Now we're finally able to see it. Yes. Thank you. Oh, awesome. Beautiful. Great to see you guys in here. So, yeah, so again, the pricing, it's going to go up another $300, unfortunately. So it's going to be a bit rough. Like, for the RTX 5070 Ti's and everything, more than likely it's going to be over that $1,000 mark. It's already over the $1,000 mark, but all the cards that you see, like the Zotac NVIDIA GeForce RTX 5070 Ti, within about, I'd say like roughly in about a month, I wouldn't be surprised if this pushed up to like $1,100. Same thing. It's all because mainly of the demand of the G7 prices. The GDDR7, it's getting much more expensive. And NVIDIA is trying to pretty much recuperate the cost. In fact, one thing I would like to share with you, we'll take a peek at it because I think we could check it on, let me see, what's it called? I'm trying to remember what that site's called. I'll just look up the stock symbol because they had their earnings today, Nvidia, which is practically their what they're expected to get from their earnings report, from how much profit they ended up making, from what they're saying that they the Giga 5080 would look good in my PC, but I'm allergic to Nvidia. I get it. I certainly get it. But the good news is for anybody on the AMD side, it seems like they're pretty good on that front as of now, until they start saying it's too expensive too. But for Nvidia, they said that they are getting more people, that are actually more companies that are renting out their Hopper 100 GPUs, and but unfortunately, it did cause quite a dip in the market, and I think that had to do more not with just that. It seemed like they were doing well for the most part, but that they already denounced China from like a lot of their products. So that could be partially the reason why. And of course, this looks pretty negative on their side. Take a look here on Nvidia's top quarter one estimates. There you go. We'll take a look here, and this will actually show it. And right here, Nvidia reported earnings per share of $1.87, 81.62 billion, beating. So they beat their earnings per share. And 7918 analysts expect the company to also boost its quarterly dividend to 25 cents per share. And here we go. This is the important information right here that we have to look for. And that's that the bulk of its revenue is topping out 75.2 billion. And Wall Street analysts were projecting 73.47 billion. So it's definitely, it's up in that sense. But here we go. As CFO Colette Kress also says hyperscaler revenue accounted for 50% of data center sales in the quarter. I like my Nvidia, LOL, but I do want to try an AMD card. Hey, AMD's great. If you give it a shot, you would actually be impressed. If you decide to do like a, say like a smaller version, like say like if you decided to do like a fractional design type of Steam machine, that would be pretty dope. You can definitely pull it off with something like a RX 9070 XT. I think it would be great. Something I would definitely like to bring up onto the channel eventually too. I think it would be a fun project. But if you wanted to have like something that's solely connected to like your OLED display in your living room, that would be an awesome project. But for Nvidia, they're saying that the remaining 50% came from AI clouds, industrial, enterprise, and sovereign customers. So 50% of their revenue. That's pretty much telling us that 50% of their revenue that they're gaining, and it's definitely much more than that when it comes to their profitability. As you guys know, Nvidia makes most of their money on the business side, and when it comes to their business side, this is where a lot of their true earnings comes from, especially for right here. Nvidia says the Hopper products into China occurred during the quarter. So what I think that they're afraid of is that the investors are not going to make as much money because they're going to lose a customer, and technically their customer is China, and that is one of their negative outlooks when it comes to this. What's up, Ernesto? I do have two builds, a 5080 and a 5090, but I do want to build a small form factor. That would be cool to build. Yeah, that would definitely be quite the project. You know, there's one case, if you guys don't know, this is the case I want to show you guys. That would be definitely fun. And we do got a project coming up soon, guys. I'm definitely excited to share with you. Let's see. Fractional design. And some of you are probably already familiar with this case, but I think this would be a pretty amazing case to work with. If you take a look at this, this is great for anyone that is looking for much more of a smaller build, wants to do something like a case, kind of like a smaller type of case, type of build. If you want like kind of like your own Steam machine, they do have the core, and they also have the ridge. The ridge is really interesting looking to me because you can get two different colors. They do have white, they do have black, and it looks just like this. So you can easily hook it up to like you can hook it up to your OLED TV, or you can hook it up to a display of your choice. But they definitely do have the option. But this is, and get this, like when you actually look inside of it, let me show you guys. When you look inside of it, let's see. Hopefully we can get a look inside of it. You should be able to. Let's see. Let's just pick the black one. There we go. So what we'll do is, you see right here, that just shows you the versatility of this case. Now you might be thinking like, man, like where am I going to fit like a GPU? How's it going to fit? And the way they do it is, of course, they use riser cables. And if you use the riser cables here, I'll show you. Let's see. It's going to be in a very specific compartment. Keep going down. Let me see. I know it's around here. That's the case I was going to build before I decided on what I got. It was between that and case and the Lee A3 CH200 and the thermal. Oh, all excellent choices, I gotta say. All great choices to go with. Okay, let me try clicking it again here. But it wasn't it a nice case though? Like when you see it, and it's just the perfect case for anyone. Of course, it doesn't want to. It wants to act up right now. In fact, you know what we'll do? We'll look it up online. We'll look it up. We'll take fractal design ridge, and we're going to look at images here. And there we go. Here goes a perfect one. So it looks like somebody actually did it. And if you take a look at this case here, you see how compact it is. And look, RTX 4090 fits in there. So you can definitely make a RX 9070 XT really fit well in this case with no issue if that's the case. The RTX, if you're curious about the RTX 5090 and you were to put it into a case like this, it definitely can be done. You can definitely put it into a case like this. Because the 5090s are actually smaller. So nice of a case right there. I'd say go for it if you want the space back. The other good thing is that most of the cases fit micro ATX ports too. Yes, absolutely. Black's definitely right about that. A lot of different cases that you could choose from to fit to have it compact. And he put two Noctua fans. That's ingenious, in fact, because the reason being is because if you get those Noctua fans, it's not going to sound like it's on. And just imagine, you can literally build a PC that has plenty of power. And look, he even got the thermal plate for a thermal grizzly. That's pretty dope. Yes, Weenie. So it's either mini ITX, and let me go back here, so that way I can give you all the specifications. And let's go down here, view specifications. And let me see, compatibility, mini ITX, yes. It's a mini ITX case. Power supply wise, you have to have either a SFX or you have to have the SFXL. So these are all short form factor power supplies. GPU max height is about 125 millimeters with top fans installed in 137 millimeters with top fans. Okay, so it's a decent length right here, 325 millimeters and 335 without SSD installed. That's kind of crazy. You get a little more space if you don't install the SSD. What's up, Jamil? Would you prefer a Corsair Nautilus 360 or a Aorus Waterforce 360 AIO? Great question. That is a awesome question, actually. Now, between the two, what are you cooling? It all depends on what you're cooling, because honestly, they're both great coolers. With those coolers, you truly can't go wrong with either one. But Corsair Nautilus, definitely a great cooler. Usually they're quiet. I've never had anything that's really noisy from Corsair. And Aorus, when it comes to gigabytes, they also make solid AIOs as well. 270K plus. So yeah, so absolutely you can go with either one. What type of motherboard are you using, by the way? That I feel that would certainly matter too. If it all depends on the type of motherboard you're using. If you're using Gigabyte, definitely go Gigabyte or Waterforce. It would match up really well. If you're not, if you are using like say another brand like MSI, Asus, ASRock, any other brand, then it would be good to go Corsair. Because really at this point, it would be like about matching. So what does it mean when my hard drive LED is going off? It's an amber.
At FFH, DFFFVP
Really?
chatted $5. What does it mean when my HD LED is going off? It's an amber light blinking and I what it means. Please help, it's an X870E Hero.
Don't worry about it. I'll tell you right now, don't worry about it. Sometimes that LED can click on, and the reason being why it clicks on, sometimes it can cause some false signal, and this can happen to some of the boards. So don't worry about that. Usually that's like a false signal. If you don't have a hard drive, absolutely don't worry about it. It used to be a loading indicator to let you know that the hard drive is loading. And again, it can cause like false positives, making your amber light blink at times, especially if it's like touching on something. But that's to answer your question. Hopefully that helps. But yeah, don't worry about that. Performance is still great, I bet. Are you? And one more question I gotta ask is, are you running into any type of issues or anything like that? So Jamil's building with the Z890 MSI Pro. If that's the case, go Corsair. I'd say go Corsair. It wouldn't make sense for you to get Gigabyte. You can if you want to, but to make your ecosystem a bit easier, just go Corsair and MSI. Just use those two if you can. Do you have all the specifications all together for your PC build so far, Jamil? But I gotta say, for this case, it's awesome if you want to go short form factor, and they do have another case that's pretty dope. Right here. Let me go into the cases. They got the core. If you want to do like your own like gate box, like sort of like what Steam machine is doing, have a little box just like it. You can do it into something like this. Now, some people will use this more for like a NAS system. So if you're into doing like a NAS build, like a network attached system, that would be an excellent choice to go as well. Now you can build a very decent short form factor. Now they got different variations, of course, of it. They have the 1000, which is a bit taller. Of course, the 500 is the more shorter option here. But this is how it looks here for anyone that is interested in something like this. And hopefully YouTube doesn't smack me on the hand for the music, because uh, you know how YouTube is. I'll just shut the music off. So designed and engineered in Sweden. Let's see right here. Let's see what they feature here. But I think this is also a great option. You could actually pull a really decent build this way. And here, I'm pretty sure they also use a riser cable too for the GPU. But let's see if there's room for it. Yes, as I figured. So use a riser cable for the GPU if you choose to, but you have obviously less space compared to the Ridge, because this is only up to 310 millimeters in length if you choose to do a build like this. So I mean, you can go ahead and do this if you don't mind. If you're getting like maybe a smaller GPU, if you don't plan on getting a 5090, obviously this would be definitely a high up on the list option, because if you compare a lot of GPUs here, we'll go over here. Say you look at an RTX 50, actually this is a bad example. You could look at the short form factor ones, which will have SFF on it. Typically, a Gigabyte usually has them. They usually have the, let me see. Let's see if we can find it. I'll just type it in, SFF GPU. Some of them you can put the full length GPU depending on which one you choose, but okay, here we go. Short form factor overclocked. And let's see how much they charge for this. So 959, so the same one. And specifications wise, it also is, let me see. Here we go. Video card length is 304. So that means this GPU can fit in either the Fractal Design Core 500, or it can fit inside of the Ridge. It'll fit in either one. Much appreciated. Did you hear that they're trying to release cheaper CPUs or something for the RAM crisis? Well, they've been hinting at that for a while when it comes to RAM. And the reason being is because, as you know, it just consistently and constantly goes up in pricing. We took a look at RAM pricing just on Saturday, in fact. And if we take a look at it, more than likely it's probably holding at that same rate, which has pushed up like roughly about like $50 again. It's kind of under the radar because not too many people have been truly paying attention to RAM as much, I feel. But $430 for CL30. This is actually the better option. And so this one, it's been holding. That's been steady. It's more the crucial 6400 that actually went up. The 6400 CL32 has run up in pricing. Oh, or did it go back down? No, this is CL36. Yeah, so it's been pretty much holding well. More than likely, you're going to see the increase in RAM when it comes up within like the next month. GTA 6 news and consoles are going to dominate till the 16. That we will see in time. That I am curious about because we definitely were expecting. How many people out there were expecting the GTA 6 news coming out on, when was it? It was Tuesday, right? On the 19th? Was it? Or was it? No, it was on the 17th, I think it was. No, 18th. It was on the 18th. We were all expecting news on the 18th, and we didn't hear nothing, unfortunately. But of course, once they find out there was some, yeah, it was Monday, right? Take two earnings calls tomorrow. Yeah, get ready for it. So let me ask everybody here. I'm gonna put that. I'll actually throw that up for a poll, and you can definitely answer it. Were you expecting? Were you expecting a announcement from GTA 6 on Monday? So you can put yes or no, and let me know the reason why. So go ahead, you can put 1 or 2. Were you expecting an announcement for GTA 6? Oh, it says November now. Yeah, I've been paying close attention to. No, yeah, I didn't think so. I think a lot of people have lost faith in the whole system. Wow. So Jamil thought they were going to say something. The Best Buy leak. Yeah, I mean, we all knew about the Best Buy leak, but there is the one negative thing about it is the fact that yeah, it was really heavy when it came to it. And I can tell you right now, like that whole Best Buy email was definitely real. I've even received that email, so it was real. It's just the fact that if Best Buy either sent it out by mistake because they still had it slated. The original release was back. What was it supposed to be for May, right? I think it was, and then they ended up delaying it once again to November. So I wonder if that was the reason, or if someone was just messing around in the Best Buy system, sent it out to see if they could get someone to say that, oh yeah, it leaked, and that you can definitely pre-order it on Monday. Yeah, yeah, that's what it feels like. They're starting to take away like a lot of the physical media. If you noticed, like when you go into Best Buy, they're trying to do less and less physical media. So Jamil says, I was doubtful because of the dates of earnings of the quarter date, so it was nearby, so it made sense to be, yeah. No, that can make sense. That's a great explanation, in fact. Because it was so close to earnings, it's a great way to bring it up. And they can definitely show off those numbers if they ended up getting those pre-orders. It would boost up for sure. But the one thing I can say about Take-Two, they're so confident about their product that even if they don't announce it, right? Just like what happened this past week, even though they don't announce GTA 6, that they know once they do announce it, even if it's not in May, if they announce it in July, for example, then they know that they can get the sales. That's just how much they believe in their product. They believe that they could certainly be able to sell the product, even though that they're not they don't have to really announce it when the whole pre-order leaked. So what do you think about that? So they have to deliver or Rockstar will tank in the future, yeah. And it'll end up like Bungie. Bungie did great when Halo came out, right guys? Remember how Halo was like just this big hit, and then they had Halo Combat, Combat Evolved, and then Halo 2 was also great, and then as soon as they sold off, it ended up not doing so great. And hopefully Rockstar doesn't end up in that same type of timeline, because that would just be terrible. Because we expect a lot from them. I know a lot of people out there still want to see another bully game. They want to see another Red Dead Redemption. Yeah, it will sell. I won't. Yeah, some people won't buy it because they feel like they're just being just outright, pretty much, how do I say, cocky about it? They're truly being cocky about it. They know that they're going to get these sales. They know that you will buy the game. So I think if I'm buying it, it would only be when the PC version is out, because if online can be fully customized and people can open servers. Oh, and Weenie says not my kind of game. So I gotta ask everybody. I'm going to ask: has anyone got to play Forza Horizon 6? So that will be the next question on the poll. And let me know if you guys have. So hardware wise, anybody that's just coming in, feel free to talk. Definitely talk to the chat. But just to let you know that they are planning to raise up the prices on GPUs. NVIDIA has pretty much announced it because of the pricing of G7. That's gone up. So if you're expecting to get a 5090, you might want to get it soon, because more than likely they're going to push another $200 or $300. It's expensive as it is. What's up, Chill Lime? Oh, no, not yet. Wow. So some people played it. Not my kind of game. So how'd you like it? How'd you like it, Weenie? How'd you like Horizon 6? Takuma seems like he's been loving it. He's been telling me the soundtrack's been good. Black hasn't got to play yet. I think everyone can play it now, right? Yeah, so I think everybody can play it now. So if you haven't played Horizon 6, you definitely could. I like it. Lots to do. I heard it's like real arcadey too, right? Like the way the style is. I can't wait to play. So to all the members out there, just to let you know, including Weenie, that for all the members that's part of the club and subscribers on Twitch can feel free to join in on to Sunday. I plan to do a Forza Horizon 6. I'll put up the time pretty soon. I'll probably put it out tonight once I get that figured out, and I will share it with you guys. So I haven't, but GPU prices have gone up 5% in the last weeks. Yes. So you're starting to see the little increase. So my Micro Center has them, but the current games make me not care. Makes sense. Nothing enticing for you just quite yet. What about 007 First Light? Some people are really excited about it. In fact, if you do choose to get an RTX 5000 series, you get the game for free. So you can get 007 First Light as long as if you get a 50 series. So Horizon has always been an arcade racer. Yes, that's what I've heard. That actually was one of the things that kind of prevented me from purchasing like the wheel, like you said, Weenie. And I think even the 5050. Let me see. The only thing is, like, when you do get hardware, you have to make sure it's installed. Otherwise, they will not let you install it. Because you know where they put it? They put it inside the NVIDIA app. And if you don't have that GPU installed, it'll say it's not for this selected GPU. So at this point, who's going to buy PCs? Weren't there articles saying products are stacked in storage for companies and numbers of buyers? Yes. Yeah, and that's the thing. I got some PCs that I'm trying to I got up on the website. So feel free to check it out. It's at chrismizo.com. Check out Mizo Mods. I even got PCs up, and I don't think they're gonna sell pretty quick. I doubt it. But there is good news for anyone that doesn't have. What's up, Lamar's? For anybody that doesn't have a PC build yet, I can give you a processor I recommend. I know Weenie will definitely recommend it to you too. Take a look at this. This is a steal. For anyone that is looking to build a PC, you got to look at this. $300. It was cheaper actually a bit earlier in the week, a little cheaper. But you can get this CPU for $300 now. That's the price that you can. It's a great deal. $300 for this Intel 270K Plus, and you get Lego Batman with it, which you need a 270K Plus to run, apparently, to play Batman. The specifications are quite insane for that game. It doesn't make any sense. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, 300. Yeah, exactly. It was originally 350, and now it's 300. Now we'll check out Newegg. I'll share Newegg with you guys. We can check out the pricing right here. And let's go ahead and we'll look up the 270K Plus. And more than likely, you can score a decent deal. 325. Okay, so they haven't really dropped it yet, but more than likely, you know what they'll do? They'll probably give you a decent bundle, because that's how they usually do it. If they won't give you the processor itself, look for the bundle. There you go. Like something like this. This one's not bad. So you get a 270K Plus. Looks like an ASRock Z890 Pro RS and some G-Skill memory. So that's not too bad of a deal. So you can do an Intel build with the i5 13500 with DDR4 and the PCI Express 5. It would allow you to really use as long as if you have a motherboard that has DDR4. The Z690s have them, or even the I think it's the B660s. They also can do it. So Chili says, I took my laptop at NVMe and put it in my Optiplex and reinstalled Fortnite on it and got like 10 plus FPS, but little to no texture problems. Better than my data SSD. Oh yeah, it's going to be quite a difference there. Probably the best CPU ever in value. This is insane for people that do productivity and play in 4K. Absolutely. I would say, I would 100%, if I have a choice to build another PC, 270K Plus would definitely be on the list there. And Hidden Bull says, I have some too. They are not selling, and the only ones that are selling have minimal RAM storage. Yeah, it's crazy, right? I didn't even get hit up. I didn't even get any messages, nothing. It's just been quiet. So, B660, yes, comes in 4 or 5. Yes, that's what I remember, the B660s. So, it's the SSD prices that really, yeah, I agree. SSDs are insanely expensive. So I got this 270K for $323. This price is better. $300. Yeah, good CPU. Yeah, absolutely. Even for $323, like if you don't have a Micro Center near you, definitely match with it. Definitely go with something like this. I'm trying to get the details on this so I could share to you guys, like for anyone that's freshly building a PC. This is honestly a great option for anyone out there. I'll take down the poll. Looks like we got a 50-50 mix of players out there that played Horizon. So Lamar says, I've seen the pre-built on Walmart. I think it's an actual good one. AMD Ryzen 7 7700X and an AMD Radeon RX 9070 XT 32 gigabytes. What? Oh, 2,200 Canadian. That's not a bad deal at all. In fact, that's a pretty decent deal for that type of PC, and especially it's Canadian. Yes. Do they have it in stock, or is it going to be shipped to you? Is my question. I would certainly check that. But the one thing is, you also gotta, for anyone that does buy pre-builds, yeah, to go for it. Go for pre-builds, especially for anyone that wants to save a bit of money, because sometimes it's a bit cheaper. Just know that when you do get a pre-build, just be wary that check out the power supply hardware, see what they're using, and same thing with the motherboard, because it's not going to be the best. It's just going to be something to kind of get by, but it's definitely a great choice to go, a great option to choose if you want to go that route. Because again, we all know PC hardware is expensive nowadays. So those were warranties too. Yes, exactly. In fact, if you do get it, get the warranty. Black makes a great point. Get the warranty with it as well. You might as well. I think you can get like a 2 or 3 year warranty with them. So the Core Ultra series is on fire right now, but if only the lifespan of the socket was as good. Yeah, I just hope they surprise and decide to say like, hey, let's go ahead and extend the life of LGA 1851. It's such a sad short lifespan for it. But one thing I can say is that most people, when they do end up buying a PC, most people don't end up swapping out the CPU too often. They end up just keeping the PC build until they're ready to build the next one. But some people realize how much use they can get out of an AMD board, and that they end up upgrading the processor. I think the G-Skill RAM actually went up. What? Yeah, this one's bundled in. This is it, $765. So if you think about it, the memory itself is going to be roughly about 4. If you count the processor, just say 300, that's 4 and 3, $700. And then technically you're paying for the motherboard, which is about $64. So it's not a bad deal. And you also, remember guys, if you do get this kit from Newegg, they do include this. Take a look here. They do include Batman, of course, Lego Batman, and you get the MSI MAG Core Liquid Cooler, and it's the 240 millimeter radiator, which will work well with the 270K Plus because it stays relatively cool, and you have yourself a cooler, a motherboard, RAM, and a CPU. You have 4 components ready for that PC build. Yeah, exactly. It's usually $169, so you're saving like $100 then on the motherboard on that build. So, oh yeah, so me too and old are mostly playing old games, and that is nearly as large as new games. Yeah, you know, this is the hurt piece here. So if you are getting this kit, just hopefully you have an SSD laying around. Some of us do. Some of us have an extra SSD. I have quite a bit, luckily. At this point, I would hate myself for buying an SSD because if you look at the pricing, this would turn off a lot of people here. Whether you're looking at a PCI Express 4 or PCI Express 5, it's 2 terabytes for the 9100 Pro. It's $460. Now you can get a cheaper one. I've been heard mixed reviews about Inland's QM450. If you're unfamiliar with Inland, that means you more than likely don't have Micro Center near you because Inland is Micro Center's brand. I've heard mixed things. Some people say they installed it, works great, and some people say they installed it and the next day the OS is missing. Just don't buy yes. Exactly. Samsung is freaking expensive. And especially the fact that they pulled out the whole Samsung memory side. So you have both. You only have SK Hynix running the memory side for consumers at this point. So you have Samsung and Micron that are both out consumer-wise. So is the Ryzen 5 5500 good enough? Yeah. With a 20, yeah, of course. With a 2080 Ti, yeah, it'll work. All these bundles are insane. Actually shows that people aren't buying parts like before. I hope so too. Because I gotta say, it's been rough. And in fact, I've reached out to quite a few brands out there, and it's scarce. I'll tell you right now, it's scarce. And if you guys don't know that a lot of the brands are hurting because people are not building PCs as much as they used to. People are not spending the money that they used to build PCs. Now, the mix of people already have PCs, so they don't really truly need to upgrade. And some people want to upgrade, but they feel it's not truly necessary until prices drop. And then you have the crowd that wanted to build a PC, but now it's out of the option because they feel now building a PC is just way too expensive at this point. So, Hayseed says Ryzen 5, yeah, absolutely. Agreed. So now let's go back over here. We're going to go back to the wonderful Micro Center, and the deals have adjusted once again when it comes to the bundles. And now if you're looking for Newegg bundles, they have great deals as well. And I'll share my link with you guys that are looking for that deal. Let me see. And let me just get to my page here so I can share it with you. Anybody that is looking for a 270K, this would be certainly the option for you guys. Now, if you're looking for a 270K, feel free to check out Newegg for anybody that doesn't have a Micro Center near you, because that's definitely one of the better deals out there for anyone that is trying to get a deal on PC hardware. Because as you know, it's really tough to get a decent deal on hardware. So if you can pick up a deal, because I'm telling you, the one day.
Lamar's subscribe to the channel.
Appreciate for you subscribing. If you do plan on picking up a CPU, or even if you don't plan on it, I'm telling you, you're gonna look back and be like, look at the 270K. And you're going to be like, why didn't I go for it? Why didn't I go for that 270K plus? It was a awesome deal. It would have been great to have in my, just in case if I was to need a PC build. that would definitely be a great choice to go for anyone that wants to do a full PC build. Now, $765. Again, once you click the 270K plus, go down to like a bit further down, and you can actually see it, and there'll be 4 pieces for the components. So all you would need is an SSD, a GPU, and a power supply, and the case. You would just need 4 items to get that build complete, and it's possible. And all you would have to do is find a decent SSD. One we actually did research on, one of the better deals, in fact, I think Hidden Bull was part of it that also recommended it as well, was the Crucial P310. I don't even know if they have any in stock because I think everyone's onto that SSD because you can pick it up for a decent deal. Here we go, $178. You can get 1 terabyte for now just to get your PC running. And then here, we'll actually add it up just out of curiosity. How much would it cost? So $764, right? Let's see. Let me get out. 764 plus 178.99. So I think only a DDR6 and 6000 RTX series type of stuff might actually be people. Yeah, I think that's what it is. It's they see the price of the RTX 6000 series and like they're like, no way I'm gonna pay for that. But that's not going to be the realistic GPU that anyone's gonna buy. I don't think any of us are planning to buy a RTX 6000 Blackwell, all except for an Ellis, but he's not here. I know an Ellis would get it, and LSG. Those are the only 2 that I know that would go for the whole Blackwell 6000. But they have a reason. They definitely have the right reasons for it. I'm constantly building, but I'm just rearranging stuff. I just did buy a B550 MSI Gaming Plus. So, oh yeah, of course. That it's always fun to do that. So, let me see. I'm going to look up the PSU. We can find a decent one for, you want to find a decent 1000 watt PSU, you can easily do. Sometimes they'll come packaged. Maybe we're lucky. They'll come packaged with some sort of deal. Montech is pretty decent, actually. Great for any budget builders out there. I wouldn't mind going with Montech. It's only $100. So no, I mean the release. Oh, 6000 series. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I thought you meant the RTX 6000 Blackwell. But yes, the thing is they're gonna use G7, but it's just gonna be an upgraded version of G7. So we'll have more available VRAM. Only problem though is once you have more available VRAM here, the pricing could possibly go up because of it. Because the more VRAM you have, the more expensive it's going to be. So that's $100 for this PSU. Now we just need a PC case. Look, we're just going to look randomly here. I'm just putting a PC built together with a 270K plus to see how much it would cost. Fantex, there we go. Perfect. Top of the page. If you want to save a little money, you could get the one for $60 here. Again, it's a nice case. You could pick that up. Let's put $60. We're gonna go with that case, and then finally, you want to go say you want to go with RTX. Realistically, you're trying to save money. I know 5070 Ti might be out of the question for some people. You want to truly save money. Best way would be the RX 9070 XT. Again, a great option. You can choose to go with it. The RTX 4000 Blackwell is 1800, but it's really as fast as the 49. Oh, really interesting. I haven't really got to test the actual data cards such as that, so I'm really curious to see how well they run. I know the RTX 6000 Blackwell isn't that far off from the RTX 5090. It just has the extra VRAM in there. So it's useless, again, once for gamers, but it's more useful for those that are more into hyperscaling and into doing things like LLMs. So let me see. $700. There goes one for $700. Or you can go with Sapphire if you have a bit more of a budget. But altogether, this PC build would cost you, if you include the Intel 270K Plus, is only $1,800 practically. $1,802.99 to be exact. So you still can build a PC for under $2,000. Of course, that's without taxes. Once you add on taxes, it'll be just over $2,000, but it still can be done. Even in 2026, it can be done. It's just, of course, not ideal. You might have some parts that you might not favor, but at least you have a PC build 100% fully put together. They're trying to find ways to incentivize PC building once again. They're trying to find deals for you, especially when it comes to these kits. So the RTX 5050 is okay, but I have a grudge against it because it killed the legendary. Yeah, it's because they're trying to focus on the RTX cards. This is more than likely a sign that when they go to the next series, it's going to be called like PTX or something, or maybe it's going to be called RTX AI series or something, because this is when they're going to move on to a whole different series. Watch, just watch. So Weedy says his 7000 series card is doing great. Yeah, it's still a great card to go with. Like, even if you want to, let's take a look at the 7800 XT out of curiosity. The pricing might be not that far off. Like, you can get this one for about 550, and you could even save a little bit more money and get the build done for about what is it, 1600? You can get it roughly about $1,600, and this comes direct from XFX. And if you're unfamiliar with XFX or you've never used them, I can certainly tell you it's a great company. They were actually one of the, that's what I'm thinking too, PTX. I think that's what they're going to go for too. But XFX is a great company. They were just like EVGA. They were once partnered with NVIDIA at one time, but again, they ended up pulling out. Same with BFG, another great company that was once with NVIDIA. They both pulled out. Of course, EVGA was kind of like the last of them that was like a part of the original NVIDIA card users. And I'm sure, I'm certainly sure Hidden Bull can definitely tell you he's been around for a while too. So if they do another rebrand, it might focus on path tracing or technology, and I would call it GeForce PTX. So I just ordered my first PC a couple of days ago, and I'm kind of worried I made a terrible choice. I ordered the following: the Ryzen 8700G, Crucial Pro DDR5 6000 MHz, 16 gigabytes, two sticks of 16 gigabytes, MSI B650M. So, okay, so those were your choices. And what was your GPU, by the way? You haven't mentioned that. And what are you trying to do with it? Is it, or are you actually using the 8000, the integrated graphics? Because I know the 8000 series is for their integrated graphics. So any idea when we can see brand prices going down? Honestly, it's a bit rough. More than likely, it's been holding steady. Don't expect a large decrease in RAM dropping, because the indicator is this. NVIDIA has just recently raised their prices on their GPU. And it's not because of the GPU, it's because of the G7, which is their VRAM. So if VRAM is going up, expect RAM prices also go up, and same with SSDs, because they all use the same wafer. So unfortunately, I have to tell you, RAM is not going to drop down in price. It's going to hold, unfortunately. Either hold or push up just a slight. Because again, NVIDIA is raising their prices. So 1 terabyte SSD, Corsair RM 750E PSU, NSITE PC, 6 PWM ARGB fans. The plan is to pick up a GPU around. Oh, okay. No, it can still work. Just expect this. You're going to have less PCIe lanes. That's a big concern. So when you use a 8000 series processor, it won't power up all your lanes the way you want to. If you're planning to use up your lanes fully, if you're planning to use up the full 24 lanes of, say, PCI Express 5, you won't be able to. There is a limit. You can only use up to, I think it's 20 lanes maybe, or even maybe only 16 lanes. But that's because of the processor itself. So unless you're planning to do more, then obviously, if you're planning to install extra SSDs, then of course it's kind of not a great choice to go with, especially if you're using it with a GPU. If you're not using a GPU and you're just using it, just getting NVMEs for it, then more than likely you'll be fine. But I would say idealistically, you will want to upgrade the processor to allow you to have more capabilities and more lanes if you're looking to do that. So trying to buy a Zotac RTX 3070 Ti 8 gigabytes graphics card. And it is better than the MSI RTX 3060. Yes, of course. That but the thing is, the graphics is better, but of course you have less VRAM. I'm assuming you're gaming in 1080, is it? This is, yeah, pretty much. That's what it feels like. It's gonna take at this point. At this point, I know, it's gonna be crazy. Did you notice that Google Gemini actually lowered the quota usage a lot for a lot of? Oh yeah, I did not. Yeah, I think AI is going to get run to the ground. I mean, you already see signs of it already as it is. Like when it comes to open AI, especially for those who use ChatGPT, there's so many different options now when it comes to plans. They even came out with a $6 option. So Ebola breakout, really? I did not know that. So is there a major difference between Gen 4 and NVMe? No. Gaming wise, no. You can actually go up to 14,000, but again, no. You won't really see that much of a difference. I've tested it. You can check out the test. I actually have videos. I did a Western Digital Blue what was it? The SN 500, I think it was, or 400, and I compared it up against a Gigabyte Gen 5 with 2 terabytes, and again, it was not really noticeable of a difference. It has 20 lanes, but only, that's what I figured. 20 lanes, but only 16 usable. So that would be the negative side of it. I think I just forgot the layout of it. So I think I saw a number for AI Pro sub, something like X. Oh, really? That's crazy. The game will make 7600 XT crash pre 2025. It plays anything 2008 newer and fine. Oh, that's typical. LSG, great to see you, bro. We were just talking about that whole. What do you think about that whole RTX 6000? RTX 6000 is now Blackwell is over $10,000, and you managed to get 2 at CES. That's insane. I'm working on getting every achievement in Resident Evil 9. Oh, nice, nice. That's the right way to go, Steve. Have you got to play Leon Must Die? I got to play a little bit of it. It's fun. It's great. Yeah, no problem. No problem at all. Then I will stick with my 2 terabyte Gen 4. Yeah, definitely stick with it. Yeah, there's no need of upgrading. Especially now, it's really expensive. For anyone that is planning to build a PC, you don't have to get Gen 5. If the pricing's the same, similar, sure. It's only maybe a $10, $20 difference. That doesn't matter. But if it's a phenomenal difference, like if it's $100 difference or $150 difference, you don't want to do that. That wouldn't make sense. I was planning, yeah. I don't like those words, LSG. You were planning? You were planning, or did you get it? Because that's a scary situation for you. That's a quite an increase. Oh, so to remind everybody out there, so anybody that does that does donate and is part of the whole subscriber side or part of the whole member side of YouTube, just to let you know, the Twitch subscribers, the member side of YouTube, and for those who are donating with super chats, just to let you guys know, we are attempting to do a Threadripper build. So far in total, we have, I think, roughly about $133 about roughly. So we got $133 raised up for this Threadripper build. Let's see if we can keep going. We only have a few thousand to go. We got a few thousand to go, guys. So Jamil says, I'm not sure, but I think it's like 1 to 2 seconds at most difference in game difference from Gen 4 and 5. Yeah, it's very little, very minimal. Some games it's noticeable, some games it's not as noticeable. I remember I did it with Elden Ring, I did it with Cyberpunk. What games really did it? Maybe in Metro Exodus, I saw a little difference. I remember I did Hitman. I did quite a few games. But really, the difference between the two is not that much. Oh, no. Really? That's terrible. Man, you better talk to your boss. Tell him you'll trade him. Tell him you'll trade him at 5090 for the RTX 6000 Blackwell. Maybe you won't notice. Anyone use lacked overclocking program in Linux? It works great. I overclocked my memory on my 5060 Ti. Oh, that's pretty. Oh, nice. That's awesome. How are you liking? How are you liking the increase? Well, I 1 point. I'm assuming. I'm assuming you mean it can't be 14 gigahertz. That would be insane. Yeah, it has to be more like megahertz. Yeah, I use BIOS for any overclock setting. Yeah, oh, that's good. It's always good to go to the BIOS. That's what I prefer too. I'm a BIOS guy too myself. Awesome. I'm glad you're loving it. So again, anyone that's just coming in and curious about the GPU pricing, about like what I'm talking about GPU pricing going up, it is. And that's because the pricing of G7 is up. That's the main reason. If you don't know what G7 is, that's the VRAM. So the more VRAM it has, the more expensive it's going to be. So you're going to see a price adjustment. It could be as high as $200-300 from what it's being rumored as for the RTX 5090. We're seeing indications already from it on the whole PNY Blackwell 6000 series Blackwell GPUs. That PC is just sitting in. Oh, what a waste! What a waste of power and potential. That is terrible. That's time for a Mission Impossible right there. That's time to do. You might as well swap it out with an RTX 5060 at that point. So I'm going to do a Linux soon. I've got a 6th generation Intel, and that'd be a fun project. Go for it. Lacked is for the GPU. Yes, I know overclocked or undervolt. I just use lacked to control my fan. Oh, okay. Nice. Yeah, I'm telling you, Linux is a game changer. And, I'm going to ask that question. Has anybody out there, how many people, let me see, have you tried Linux? That's going to be my next question. Have you tried going on Linux? So there's my next question there. You can answer 1 or 2. Have you tried Linux? And let me know the reason why you tried Linux. Are you interested in just a different operating system to see how it works, or is it the fact that Windows 11 just got on your last nerves and you said, you know what, I'm tired of this, I'm going to Linux, I'm going to try it out? So I've run dual boot. I think the majority runs dual boot. That's specifically because of the anti-cheats most of the time, like when it comes to that. Like games like Battlefield 6, unfortunately you're unable to play on something like Linux. You have to unfortunately dual boot to do it. I want to try it out, but I don't know how to install it properly. It's really easy. Really easy. Only difference though, I get that. I 100% get that. The only problem is, okay, you can do it, just dual boot it. All you have to do is dual boot it. And it's really easy. It's easier than it's just like installing Windows. It's no different. Slightly. You'll have to get used to the terminal though. My laptop for work has Ubuntu because it's so much faster. And when I need my laptop, I need it fast. And Ernesto will tell you, he uses Linux Mint. That's the one he likes. I'm 100% on Linux. Brave soul. Not a lot of people are willing to go 100% on Linux. I used to have the optional boots when I had Microsoft wouldn't allow me to. Yeah, that was a big problem. Oh, there you go. Manjaro. Nothing wrong with that. Has anybody, and of course they got the other side ones, like the easier ones. Like, for example, for anyone that's afraid of Linux, you can always try the other ones, such as like CashOS is another one. Really, it's much more simpler based. I think you would like something like that. They also have Bazzite, like just for anybody to try out. All it is really is they installed the KDE launcher for Steam, so that way it just kind of launches directly into it. Yeah, I love AUR. Oh yeah. Awesome. I'm loving these answers. So far we have a decent amount. We got a 50-50 mix between the two that's tried between both operating systems. So you can burn the ISO into the thumb drive, and if you use it live, yeah, there you go. You can, another option. Weenie can definitely tell you this too. You can also use a VirtualBox. VirtualBox is also a great choice. if you want to be able to do it too. You can also go live, just like what Weenie said. You can directly use Linux right off of a USB. So I have no idea which Linux distro I should use for gaming. Yeah, you definitely went to the right place. They asked the right questions. You definitely asked the right questions for everybody here. You can just install Linux subsystem for Windows if you just want to mess around. I think I told everybody too. Like the first one I've ever started when it came to Linux was what was it, Ubuntu. And in fact, it was just like his work laptop. That's what I started with, was Ubuntu. But they got a lot of different choices. You could go Linux Mint. You could go Ubuntu. You could go. There's quite a few. Manjaro. There's definitely a lot of choice and a lot of options. It's much easier than what it was originally 20 years ago. I can definitely tell you that. I do want to switch to Linux as a daily driver on PC. Ah, interesting. Fedora, yes, that's another great one. That's the right answer. Exactly. Ubuntu, yeah, I know. That's what I mean. I used it 20 years ago. I used it. That's how long ago I used it. I was fascinated when I tried it. I was like, oh, this is pretty cool. Like to actually see a different operating system. But now I'm obviously out of date when it comes to it. Now they say that I do know that they say the most beginner friendly Linux for anybody out there now is I believe it's Mint, right? Correct? It's Mint. Thanks for stopping by as always, champ. Always do appreciate you. And anybody that is subscribers and all on Twitch, and anybody that is also part of the members, we are going to have a Horizon 6 day. If you have the game, make sure to feel free to join in. That's about how long I've been using it. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I figured too. Linux Mint. That's what I heard was like the best one for most people to start off with to kind of get comfortable with the system now. So I started off in Slackware, then I moved. Yes, I remember Red Hat too. In fact, you just reminded me of that. I moved to Red Hat, Fedora Code. Yes, I forgot about that, man. I like Linux Mint also for gaming. Yeah, there you go. Me too. I used to use Ubuntu CDs. Yes. Those were the days, weren't they? They were wonderful days. And so anybody that's coming in that's curious about the pricing, I will update you guys. So the reason why I had to bring this up, I had to bring up urgency, is because for people who are worried about building a PC, it's definitely a good time to build a PC. So sometimes it's better to say it's not. It's better now, better late than never is the right quote to say. And the pricing for GPUs are going to go up because the pricing of G7 has gone up quite tremendously. And because of this is going to cause the pricing of GPUs to get pushed up. So you're going to see quite an inflated price. Hasn't quite affected it hard just quite yet, but I do predict it's going to happen, especially after CES. Maybe even sooner. I could be wrong. It can happen right before CES. But you're going to see price increases when it comes to the GPUs because of the pricing of memory. And when the pricing of memory gets affected, it's kind of a trickle effect. It's not just going to be the video cards that are being affected, but it will also be the RAM and the SSDs that are also affected as well. Me too. I upgraded my monitor to a 1440p 200. Oh, nice. How are you liking it? Is it OLED? Did you choose to go OLED, or did you get or did you end up getting a micro LED, or anybody try Comfy UI? That's another option. I've heard great things about it, but I have not tried Comfy. So damn, made me wish I bought 64 gigabytes instead of 32 gigabytes of RAM last year for my newly built PC. I think a lot of people feel like that. So again, Right now, you're going to find decent prices on it. For anyone that is trying to build a PC, I highly recommend you go through the bundle side. You want to look on the bundle side here. You want to take a look because it's definitely going to be the better option for you guys that are trying to build a brand new PC. Like if you really are on a tight budget, they do have the options. You can go to a 5500 and it comes with RAM, motherboard, and the processor for $200. So if you're super desperate to build, you can still do it. You just might not get exactly what you want. Now, if you are willing to spend a little bit of extra money, I feel this is a great, awesome deal. You get a Ryzen 7500 XD with 16 gigabytes of RAM and a B850M motherboard, which is going to be a smaller motherboard, but it's definitely a great way to start a PC build. So let's see. IPS, yes. IPS is always a good choice. Micro Center has a great bundle with the 270. Let's go look at the 270. Because the 270 is a great deal right now, I gotta say. 270K plus. If you take a look at it, take a look at this. They got the Gigabyte Z890 Eagle Wi-Fi 7 and the Ultra 7 270K plus for $400. Now they do have a memory kit. Actually, this is pretty competitive when it comes compared to Newegg. This one's $600. This is a great choice. You get a DDR5 is 6400 megahertz, and you get a Gigabyte Eagle motherboard along with a 270K plus, and then you also end up having a but the only difference is you don't get the cooler with it. Not a big deal. If you have $600 compared to Newegg, you would have to spend an extra $163, I think it was. But this is also a great deal. $163 is plenty to get another cooler and then some. So it's a AOC 1440p, 240 hertz, 27-inch monitor, $160. 32 gigabytes of RAM though. Yeah, and that's the thing. 32 gigabytes of RAM is a good way to go. Micro Center has the 9800 XTD for $400 alone. Yes, absolutely a great deal. Concrete. If you haven't got the 9800 XTD for $400, absolutely a great deal. In fact, the 9850 XTD even has a decent deal for their processor here. Let me see right here. It's $440. Obviously, it doesn't include the heatsink, but that was originally the price for the 9800 XTD. In fact, the 9800 XTD used to cost about roughly $479 at Micro Center, but now you can get the 9850 XTD pretty much at the 9800 XTD pricing. They do have a 9850 XTD kit that you can actually purchase. This one's the B850E Tough Gaming motherboard with the DDR5 6000, or you could go AMD Ryzen 7, of course 9850 XTD, along with the MSI X870E Pro, along with 32 gigabytes. So these are two great kits to go with. So how much should I resell my PlayStation 5 for? I have it slightly used controller. I still have the box, but it's slightly ripped, and the fans are dusty, and the second controller's cracked. No, okay, so to sell your PS5, if you are going to sell it, I would say a decent price to sell it with an extra controller is actually going to be, I'd say $450, $500 at the most you can sell it for. But I'd say $450 is more than fair, because the pricing for a new PlayStation 5 is going to cost roughly about $650 now. For the PlayStation 5 Pro, it's $750 now. So you might as well sell it for about that $450 range. I feel is definitely fair for it, especially with a second controller. So Bob Barkinson says, any high-end AM5 processor deals to persuade me from the 9950 XTD 2. Absolutely, there's a lot. Micro Center wise, or are you talking about Newegg wise? Because of course they're both going to have different deals here. Now, if you're looking on Micro Center, I highly suggest trying out just get the 9950 X3D. More than likely, you'll be very happy with it. Performs just as well as the 9850 X3D. 9950 X3D. 9950 X3D 2. So many numbers now. So anyway, let's see. The 9950 X3D. This one's 950. You get the RAM, motherboard, and you get the processor all in one for the price of a 9950X3D. 2. If you get the 9950X3D 2, it's going to cost you another $250. So I'm asking for more promotions, including free games. Okay, so I don't think AMD comes with a game right now. I don't think there's any type of let me see. I could be wrong. I don't know if they are coming with a game this time. Originally, they had a game that was that you can get that goes with the processor, but right now they don't. Let's try Newegg. In fact, we'll take a look at Newegg and we'll double check here. So, anyone know Hawaii have anywhere reasonable to get PC parts? Got a buddy moving there. Ugh, that's gonna be rough. I don't even think they have a Micro Center over in Hawaii. I bet he looked, right? He probably looked for a Micro Center there. That's kind of a isolated area. Oh, you know what? I keep going. I could just flip them right. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. That's the right way to think. To just answer Bob's question real quick. 9950X3D. This actually comes with the MSI cooler. You're probably not going to use it, to be honest. 240 AIO is not going to be the greatest. Let's see their combo offer. They do got the Corsair. Let's see what this is. I want to see this option here. Okay. So it's ASRock. No, that can't be right. Okay. Nothing too crazy. I don't see any real bundles here. Not from Newegg side. Not for the 9950X3D. Because it's $640, but honestly, you can just like build a kit yourself and still probably do well. But honestly, Micro Center definitely has the better way to go. Maybe they have better... I'm going to compare it real quick with the 90... This would be bad, but... Let's compare it with the X3D2, just out of curiosity here. See if they have a... Oh, they do have a kit. So you might be better off, actually. If you go on Newegg, you're... that's expensive too, $2,269. Oh, because it comes with the SSD. Of course it does. They're assuming you're going to use it for workstation use. If that's what you plan on getting it. Again, that's the only reason why I would suggest the X3D2. Anyone want to trade Steam? Oh, that's a nice deal. Anyone planning to get... Yeah, Hawaii only has Best Buy. I thought so. I told him that the best thing he could do is go to Micro Center and get the combo so he can at least have... Yeah, I agree with you, Waffle Skater. Definitely have everything like pre-packaged and post it so that way he brings it with him to Hawaii. Definitely the better way to go, especially if he's going all the way over there. Otherwise, he's going to be spending quite a bit of money to get all his parts over there. If you want, you can send him the link to my website, but I'm not sure how it's going. I hope it ends up really well in Hawaii. I'd be kind of nervous to send it all the way out there. But anyway, if he is going to build a PC, Micro Center is definitely the best option to go. Get the kit all together and see how, and just have it packaged to go, because unless he goes to Best Buy, just like what Johnson says, if he goes to a Best Buy up there, we all know how Best Buy is. They're going to have B450s up there. Or they might have B550s. Nothing against them, but it's just, they're just usually out of date when it comes to PC hardware. And when they do have like newer stuff, it's more than likely like GPUs and SSDs. Even RAM's like kind of difficult to get from a Best Buy, but he would definitely have to see what's in stock over at Best Buy over in Hawaii, especially to the area where he's moving. So I would definitely suggest to do that. So for the best deals for a 9950X3D, I would say it's definitely better to take a look at Micro Center for those deals. They don't have any real bundles for the 9950X3D, it seems like, because I think they're already confident as it is, unless you pick part by part. Like you get some from Amazon, you get some from here. The only tricky area, of course, is getting the RAM. The RAM's going to be tricky, so is getting the SSD if you don't have it. If you don't have it, that's where it's going to definitely cost a bit. They even have some that are selling for $600. new, so you can save like 40 bucks if you get it from a different retailer. You just have to make sure it's a good retailer. Again, the kit size here. Let's see. Yeah, it says they don't really have just this one. 1864, you get the SSD, RAM, motherboard, and the power supply. So ASRock, power supply, SSD. Uh, Mathematically, I feel like that's not going to be as good of a deal either. So it's kind of limited when it comes to that. So there are some PC cafes that do sell PC parts, computers, and oh, there you go. That's awesome. Plenty of knowledge. I'm glad that we have Johnson here to share because I'm a bit clueless when it comes to Hawaii over there. So, bro, I can't find a decent budget GPU. Even the used ones are too expensive here. So, what type of budget GPU are you looking for in Canada? Just out of curiosity, how much are you looking to spend? Um, they're selling defective, not working on the eBay for almost the price. Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, if that's true, Hidden, that's terrible. So I heard that they have a deal with the 9950 X3D with M.2 SSD. I don't need the motherboard or RAM. Oh, okay, okay. Let's see. Let's see if we can see that. Let's see if we can find a deal. Let's see more. So what we'll do is we'll pick up the 9950 X3D. You don't need the RAM, thank God. So that'll make it a little easier. And let's see if we can find combo offer. Yeah. You see that, guys? Heatsink. Comes with the heatsink, 8 terabytes, and it says off $1,000, and it's $2,769 for this SSD, which is quite insane. That's not much of a deal if you ask anybody. Let's see. Let's go ahead and try going this direction. And not looking. All right, so we tried combo offer. Let's try going down a little bit. I gotta laugh at some of these prices. This is halfway decent. I hope it's 2 terabytes. No, this is 1 terabyte. Oh, even then that's sketchy. Samsung. They're just trying to get rid of Samsung. Oh, it's only Samsung that has the deal, combo deals. That's crazy. Oh wait, it's shop at by brand. No wonder why. Why is it selected only in Samsung? That's the reason why. We're gonna try to go back to it.
Knowingson is now following.
Appreciate the follow. Okay, we're gonna try to do this again. Oh, you have to. Okay, so that's how they do it. Okay, so let's go ahead and go Crucial, because Crucial actually has a decent deals. Okay, here you go. Get $9 off. This is decent. So that's roughly about $785.98 for that combo together there. So there you go, $798, and you get the 9950 X3D along with the with this deal. So 8 terabytes. I know, right? Sadly, it looks like Samsung. I like my Corsair. Yeah. Oh, okay. We can try Corsair. We could try Crucial. Yes. Anyone lives near Costco, they have these. That's a good point. You could walk into a Costco and find a decent deal there. So $9 off. Yeah, I know, right? That's the best they could do for us. I want to spend 250 or 300 Canadian dollars, but they're selling to. Oh man, yeah, that's like 2060s and 2070 prices. Canadian dollar. That's very limiting. How much are 3070s are selling for? Yeah, it's really rough for a lot of people, especially if you're trying to get a GPU. Okay, we're gonna try looking up 3070 here on Newegg because they'll sell it used. Let's see. We're gonna make sure it's used. Sold by. Man, but again, it's tricky because the used market makes me nervous because you never know what goes through that GPU. And this one's all the way from Hong Kong. 600 bucks. It's like, why would you spend that much on a 3070? So the average, they're all okay. So this one's $309, and that's for 8 GB. So the 8 GB are the ones that obviously are. That's crazy. Prices are so high, and that's what we've all been saying. That's crazy. The Oya. Wish I can get more storage. I think we're all in the same boat here. I think everybody wishes they had more storage. I am 65 times and have always been hard. I think you have 2 streams running on YouTube, one normal. Yes, I do have 2 streams running on YouTube. I do have 2 styles going. It's probably a waste of bandwidth, to be honest. I should just honestly just go straight horizontal at this point, because it seems like YouTube doesn't like the verticals as much. Because I gotta ask. You know what? I could actually check it manually. Why am I asking? Uh, Let me just see how many people here are actually watching on the vertical side, or on their cell phone, or are you watching the full ones? There's only 3 people. I might cut that one short. I might stop streaming on the cell phone style. That makes sense. So if anyone's on one of your cell phones, check out my channel and just go over to the live side, because I do have a regular stream going, so I'll probably shut that down. I'll probably switch it out with something else instead. So it doesn't make sense for me to run 2 different streams at this point, because there's a I'm watching it. Oh, awesome. I can see that there are 2 people. Yes, that's what I see on the verticals. Yeah, because it makes no sense, right, guys? So I'll shut that. So I'll see you guys on the vertical side, hopefully, on the horizontal side. All right, so I'll shut that off, and it should help the bandwidth, if anything. So I apologize, vertical guys. So made it to the stream late. By work, it's funny. We were just talking about you, Nellis. So I had to pretend like, yeah, perfect time to act like you're busy. Hey, just tell them you're looking up instructions for something. So yeah, we were just talking about the whole RX 6000 Pro series, and about how the Blackwell GPUs, how they have gone up drastically in pricing, thanks to, it's because, again, they have 96 gigabytes of G7 in there, so that's why it's so costly. Going from $8,000 over to $8,000 over to $10,000 is a big jump. Fortunately, LSG, in fact, he was planning to get one for his Threadripper build, but they jumped up in price. He was actually going to get it this Friday, he said, which is a shame. Hopefully he gets it for a decent price. Have you read what I said about my specs? I apologize, Noli. Oh, let me see your specs. Let me see. Send it again. I'm sorry, Noli. I'm trying to find your specs here. Thoughts on FSR 4.1 for RDNA 3? It is happening. It is happening, but specifically, and I know some people are certainly going to celebrate this. It's going to happen specifically for the RX 7000 series. Anything before the 7000 series is going to see it in 2027 when it comes to FSR 4. So if you're looking for FSR 4, unfortunately, it's not going to happen for those that have RX 6000 series and under until 2027, but at least it's happening. For anyone that has a RX 7000 series, it's going to happen within July. So that's what's happening. So what blocked that YouTube or mod out of curious? There's a lot to be said for 128 PCI Express lanes in a thread. Absolutely. So Noli says, I got a 5060 and a Core i9 and 32 gigabytes of RAM and only 512 gigabytes. Dude, oh, man. So that means you can only hold... hopefully you're not a Call of Duty player, because if you are, that's all you're holding practically on that drive. But I get it. You do want to get a good drive. You want to get 2 terabytes. You definitely deserve it, especially how long have you been on 512 gigabytes? Just out of curiosity. That is tough. It's insane how like 512 gigabytes is no longer like is like still pretty common to get, even in 2026, because 512's been around for so long, I have a year and a half, man. Have you decided? So the thing is, it's like you gotta uninstall a game in order for it to reinstall a new game. So it sucks if you get a game that's just massive in size. My only shame is not to buy a second one, SLI, and I had to prioritize my mortgage. Oh, you're in Egypt. Oh man, we got a guy that's from Egypt here. But I don't think he's here today. You'll see him on Saturdays. He usually comes in the stream Saturday. But Egyptian Savage. But that's rough though. I heard you guys have like a decent PC hardware store. I forget what it's called, but he mentioned it. It looks really nice. But the thing is, again, SSDs are just pricey. It's just expensive. So just waiting patiently, like Escobar, for that knock to a 120. Me too. Me too. Definitely awaiting news. Sigma. Yes. Sigma Computers. That might be it. It's like a big store. He sent me their page. Maybe it is. I'm going to look it up. I'll look it up, in fact. This is over in Egypt, guys. It's a pretty dope store, actually. Sigma Computers, Egypt. Is that it? Yeah, I think this is it. It's like their version of Micro Center in Egypt. Right? And how is it? How do you feel it? Do you like it? Do you also like Sigma, or do you feel like they're expensive, in your opinion? Do you feel like they're... we could take a look. I bought my PC. Oh, really? Oh, okay. So they're decent, right? They're pretty decent. They got everything. Oh, okay. So about... I'm not good with Egyptian currency, so you're definitely going to have to forgive my ignorance on this. So 34,000 Egyptian is how much in USD? I could get a new egg deal that gives me 16 gigabytes of RAM, Ryzen. Not a bad choice. Okay, so 5K is equal. Okay, so 5K is about $100 USD. Okay, so roughly, so that means, oh, it's still expensive then. Because that's like $700, close to $700. And that's for actually, that's not that, that's actually better than here at least. Because 4 terabytes, I thought it was 2. 4 terabytes we would pay definitely more for that. 4 terabytes would be closer to the, no, actually like $800 range. Yeah, about roughly $800. That's 4 months of work. Yeah, 636. There you go. Oh, so you just convert. Thank you for converting it. That's not bad, honestly. If you go to Micro Center here, or even Newegg, we can look up that 9100, 4 terabyte. But still, I get it. It's the price of living is definitely, the cost of living is definitely going to be much different than it is here. For us, $750 for this, so it is a bit more expensive. But again, yeah, it still blows my mind. 4 terabytes for $750. And it's crazy because originally the 8 terabytes went on sale. I remember, if you guys remember, the 8 terabyte version of Samsung's 9100 Pro was on sale, and it dropped down as low, I think, as it was either at the lowest point was $600. And now you can only get 4 terabytes for close to that price. So when the 5090 first came out, it was $8,500. Oh, wow. And my stupid friend bought it. Oh, that's crazy. Now that's like the Blackwell 6000, the RTX series. That's insane. Can you imagine having a card at that price? Oh, that is rough. See, the trickiest part when it comes to building a PC, and technically it's not tricky, you just have to know what to look for. And if you get an SSD, I highly recommend the P310. In fact, maybe we can look it up here. Maybe they have it, the P310. Oh, they don't have it. Damn it. Maybe the P510. This is Crucial's SSD, by the way. Oh, no. Seems like they don't have Crucial. They have mostly Samsung. Oh, they have Adada at least. 1 terabyte is 8,000 Egyptian. So that's roughly not too bad then. But then again, I know you're looking for much more, like something like 2 terabytes, I bet. So I think I got a reliable character modeler now. I got me 1 character model from, oh, nice. Awesome. Hopefully you do, man. Great for you. So we get GPUs in black market when they. Ah, that's interesting. 149. Thank you for the wonderful conversion. That's not too bad. Man, Weenie's coming in for Weenie's coming in clutch with these quick conversions. Since official shipping comes every 2 to 3 years, Crucial is sanctioned in Egypt heavily. Oh, that makes sense. Because I heard in some areas, like Crucial's hard to get. I heard is XPG also hard to get there? I'm assuming. Google how much 35,000 Egypt. Okay. You really want me to you want me to Google it? 35,000 Egyptian? Let me see. 35. Let's see. Egyptian to USD. 655 13. So M.2s were so rare that everyone bought them when the Steam Deck. Yeah. Oh wow, that's crazy. I didn't know they were so rare there. Definitely, that's pretty wild. So if anybody's coming in curious about the whole GPU pricing, it is going to go up, and that's all because G7 is going up. Nvidia pretty much officially announced it. We're already seeing indications when it comes to the Blackwell RTX 6000 GPU. Steam Decks are rare, really. Damn. Steam Decks, I feel like you can really get your hands on them here at least. The new R1X doesn't sound bad. If I was going AM4, I would get Crossfire board. Oh yeah. That's like back. I wouldn't be surprised if we're going towards that direction because once again, speaking of when it comes to Nvidia's DLSS 5, remember when they were doing that whole demonstration, it wasn't based on just one GPU, but they also had another GPU to also support it in order to help it reach to those levels of DLSS 5. So if we are going to end up going to that direction, there is a possibility that they might end up doing some sort of a slide configuration once again. Maybe I'll call it slide 2. Hopefully not. I mean, I like it, but at this day and age, it's going to cost expensive. And you're talking about now a PC could potentially cost tens and thousands of dollars. So the R1X may compete with the Intel Arc. Huh. There's another one that actually competes well with the RTX 5090, or so they claim, which is going to be, what's it called? A Zeus. It's called Zeus, believe it or not. And they're supposed to be like competing against like the 5090, but I don't know how well it's going to. We have to definitely see it once it comes once it comes more available. So we're going to run into a problem of power draw. More circuits are, yes. Yeah, exactly. And that's what they are. Most circuits are 15 amps in a lot of homes. Have the second PCI Express slot be X8 rather than. You know what's funny? Just going back on this, can you imagine people upgrading their circuits just to get a more powerful PC? You can almost trip a breaker with a maxed out gaming PC now. Oh, I believe it. I can 100% believe it. That's why I try not to turn on all my PCs, especially in the studio, like here. I actually thought about upgrading my circuit myself because I wanted to make sure to have enough power to be able for the whole testing. And just out of curiosity, Hidden, do you also are you on also a 15 amp circuit, or did you end up upgrading your circuit for it? Go to Amazon Egyptian, looks at the price of the handhelds like the Asus Xbox. Really? All right, let's give it a shot. Why not? Okay, so I'm going to look up Asus ROG Ally. Oh, wow. Okay, so that's more of the RC7, the Xbox LIX. So this would be, so I'm going to hurry up and do this conversion real quick since I already have this open. 650. Really? That's gotta be a mistake. For the Z2 Extreme? Let me just do it one more time. Because honestly, to be honest, if that is the price, that's actually a decent price. That's a really good price. And this is, yeah. For the Z2 Extreme, this can't be a real seller. There has to be something wrong with this. It says Brandon Sues, it's got to be sold by somebody. No, it says sold by Amazon. Oh, am I? I'm doing it wrong? 1,050. Oh, really? Oh, okay. Wait. 50. It says. Oh, no, it didn't convert it. I don't know why it's not. My fault. Now I see. My fault. Now it's converting. Because I was like, wait, that's not right. That can't be right. 1,066. Yeah, there we go. Weenie got it. I had to refresh it. It was acting up on me. But yeah, that's actually about the same, roughly, here. Still expensive. Look at other handhelds. Yeah, let's take a look. Yeah, even more expensive. And that makes no sense. The Ally X is an older console, older handheld. And if you do Steam Deck is the one I'm curious about. Now that makes no sense. That makes absolutely no sense. 54,400. That makes no sense at all. I think all of us can certainly see that and disagree with that because that is a complete ripoff. Yeah, that's rough. So it's definitely good if you go to when you go to other countries and you have the opportunity to purchase like handhelds or any SSDs or anything. That would definitely be the way to do it. And that's mostly because everything gets taxed heavily, right? When it goes into Egypt, is it? But yeah, that's pretty wild. But yeah, unfortunately, when it comes to the whole, I can't leave the, that sucks. That sucks. Again, when it comes to the pricing, everyone that is concerned about the GPUs, it's gone up. It's going to go up. Hasn't gone up quite dramatically yet. Some people are reporting 5% increases already. With my PC budget, I could only take 3 days of vacation. Ah, man. Yeah, that's rough. So I guess they don't give you guys a paid vacation over there, which doesn't conclude. Yeah, of course. Oh man, I definitely feel bad for you. We all definitely feel for you. Because I mean, it's even rough for us now. Like most people now can't even afford to like build a PC as it is. And of course, I do want to shed light on that. That it certainly still can be done. You can still build a PC. We actually put together a whole build for about less than 2,000, and that was going to be based off of the 270K plus. So our average salary is per month is $80. Yeah, that's really low. Definitely really way lower than most people can afford. That's insane. So I can't believe your friend ended up getting an RTX 5090 at that with that type of salary. That's insane. I feel bad for him. That is terrible. They do got a Memorial Days. Oh, okay. So for him, he doesn't mind it. It doesn't matter. So I'm assuming in Egypt you either have money or you don't, right? From what it seems like. I have a put in crazy hours for it. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. It's not cheap, Ernesto. I agree. Exactly. You're an Yeah. That's what I figured. Uh Egyptian Savage when he comes in, I believe I think he's one of the lucky ones too from what I'm seeing. 80 a month. And that's what I'd say. I wouldn't be worried about a gaming PC at that point. Either be broke or yeah, I don't like those options. Those options don't sound great to me or appealing. I would definitely just worry about uh getting a decent phone to game on. Max level on Raid Shadows Legend. 5090 TDP is 575 watts, which is the same as my rig. Yeah, it takes up quite a bit. So, speaking of which, oh, Hidden Bull, 220 volts. Okay, sorry, I missed that. Yeah, oh, okay, so that makes sense. My first PC was $45. Oh, wow. Can you imagine that, getting a PC for that price? So their Memorial Day sales are more like pre-built PCs. SN7100 at $300? Well, that's 2 terabytes? Man, that's rough. Intel Pentium 2 and 512 megabytes. Wow. Now, those were the days. Definitely remember those type of days. Do you think FSR4 is going to be significant and actually close to DLSS? To tell you the truth, not. DLSS 4, I would say maybe. DLSS 4.5, that's reaching, and DLSS 5 definitely not going to touch it. I'm sure that's a pretty obvious one. But I think it'll be more or so, probably closer to DLSS 4, if that. I would honestly predict it closer to maybe DLSS 3.5. The biggest difference between FSR 3 and FSR 4, I can say, is definitely the sharpening of the geometry and everything and textures. It's going to look more clear compared to FSR 3, where it kind of made everything look a bit blurry, especially if you tuned it up quite a bit. Yeah, because that's more than half of a month. Yeah, that's insane. I wouldn't, to be honest, I wouldn't even worry about DLSS 6. I definitely would find a way out. It's already on 9,000 and it works good. 60, 70. If you can do it, I really hope that you can make it. That's rough, man. I can't stop thinking about that. I hope you can get your way out, man. That's insane. But let me see. Speaking of which, I think a lot of people would do. That's what I would assume, because $88 a month, that's hard. You can't live if you have no money. I'm running FSR 4 on my 7000 card and it looks good. Yeah. It's a difference, right, Weenie? Like the difference between FSR 3 and FSR 4. FSR 4 looks a lot better now. It's much more improved than FSR 3. I definitely prefer it. I can't wait to see FSR 4, especially when it comes to the handheld side. So I just looked at in Costco, and they have a pre-built 5070 Ti, 32 gigabytes RAM, 2 terabytes of storage, Intel Core for a little. Yeah, oh, that's not bad. And that's with the, is that the 285K? I'm assuming. Way better than 3. Yeah, for sure. It's way better. It's a big difference. I made back the money I dubbed TV shows in English, and I do. Oh, okay, okay. Yeah, I wasn't a big fan of it. Like, you can make it work. You can make FSR 3 work, especially when when you use something like the older Asus ROG Ally, like the original. You can make games work, but when you put it in FSR 3, you wouldn't prefer it. Most of the time, honestly, you would prefer like something like TAA. You'd rather run on like tessellation instead. So DLSS 5 is the shortcut to only buy one game. So yeah, I figured. So 285, that's not bad. That's what's going to be with this AS stuff. I hope not. The ROG Ally Z1 non-extreme sucks. Yeah, I agree. Would rather buy Amberic win 600. Yeah. Hey, I mean, some people would. Some people really love the how much is DDR4 to 8 gigabyte sticks? 36 over here? Let me see. Let's find out. So if we get 3600 megahertz, let's take a look. And you're looking for 16 gigabytes, right? So 2 8 gigabyte sticks. $209. Okay. $130 for Team T-Force Vulcan Z. And $150 for G-Skill Rip Jaws 5. So it's still up technically. It should be much cheaper than that. 16 like 250. So yeah, I know over in Egypt it's definitely going to be more. I'm going to buy Crosshair all copper. Oh yeah.
DexMexDex, subscribe to the channel.
Thank you for subscribing, Dex. I'm going to buy the cross. Yeah. You know the crazy thing? Believe it or not, that's not all copper on it. I thought that was nice too, but it turns out it's not all copper on the motherboard. Believe it or not. It's let me show you that board real quick. 20th anniversary. 2006. It would be nice if it was, but it's actually like plastic, I think it is. None of the GPU makers care about gaming anymore. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. That's the thing. Just to give you fair warning, Hidden, I found this out too. So it's not truly copper. Let me see. Maybe I'll tell you the material on here. I can't afford NVIDIA or ASUS. I get it. They can be really expensive. I'm saving up for NVIDIA RTX Pro 6000 Blackwell. Nice. Oh, good luck. I hope you can do it, man. That's rough. Let's see. Features, hardware side. Where is it? Because I know I read it. That's the shielding, storage. I'm gonna have to find it somewhere. Let me. You know what? I can Google it. ROG Crosshair 20th anniversary uses copper. Let's see if it comes up. Copper colored aluminum. You see, guys? It's color coppered aluminum that they use. I wonder how much that's going to cost. Yeah. Isn't that crazy? So the heat sinks are, they're metal, but just not copper. They're aluminum. And the reason why they chose that is to reduce the overall weight of the board. I know. Isn't that crazy? Oh, that's where I saw it. I saw it in the press room. That's where I saw it. They should have kept it like pretty much original. I know. Because that's like the big selling point of it. At least it's metal. If you're gaming, AMD is the way to go for the money. The 9070 is the second generation of coming. The 5700 XT is a great grandchild of the RX 580. Interesting. Absolutely, it would have been. It would dissipate heat much more quicker. Well, I get aluminum can do the same thing, but it's honestly, it's not going to be as good as copper. Copper is much better. Certainly much better material. But I get it. I get why they wanted to cut down weights. They're already struggling as it is. I feel like a lot of these companies are. So at least they're doing something. This is pretty dope, but at the same time, you might feel like that feeling. You know it's not real copper, so you know it's going to bother you deep inside. Like knowing it's the. They're worried about 30 grams when the computer. Yes, exactly. You know, it kind of makes me want to look up the weight. Like how much heavier would it be if they would have went to copper? But to do that, we would have to actually weigh the aluminum on the heatsink to know. So the design features a dominant copper. I like how they say it. You see this, guys? I like they say it designs feature a dominant copper color with small touches of blue and white, paying tribute to the original ROG motherboard. It also features a 2-inch OLED and first M.2 slot for, you know, to be honest, for people that are looking at this, I guarantee you, most of them wouldn't really mind if it didn't even have RGBs. I think most people that would prefer this would actually prefer just a regular, just plain regular motherboard, a regular traditional looking motherboard. Don't you guys agree with that? Because if you go throwback, honestly, you don't need OLED and everything. Yeah, that's true. Especially, if you have a case that's like a kind of like a copper color, that would be nice. That would be pretty sick, right? They're definitely going to come out with the other variations. Let's go back to the press room here, see what they got coming out. I know they're going to have a good time over there. Yeah, it sucks I can't get the go this time, but I kind of don't want to see all the AI stuff at the same time anyway. 100%. Yes. Yes, that's what I figured. Would pair great. Yes, absolutely. Spray one copper color with a spray can, LOL. MSI still has a thick PCB, and even with the fuses installed on the lower end Ventus. Yeah. You could 100% go it. They got to come out with some more surprises too, I feel like. They're definitely going to. This one's an interesting one too. The whole 5060 and 5070 designs by T1. So it looks kind of pretty much like the collaboration of esports. It's pretty funny, these GPUs, but I don't think these are going to be like too crazy of a seller. But then again, I could be wrong. I could be wrong. Maybe people will end up picking these up, because this is the other thing that they do have. But I don't. Nobody's really been talking about their RTX 5060s and 70s collaboration here. And this one's an interesting one too, the NUC. They finally came out with a new one. So this can feature up to a RTX 5080 laptop GPU. I think so too. This is 100% made for collectors, like for those who are definitely looking to add to their ASUS collection. Exactly. This actually has the 290HX. This is a pretty cool build though. So I wonder how much they're going to charge for it. So I gotta, look at that in a bit. But this is nice. Again, you can build your own. You are paying for that nice premium. When it does come to ASUS products, you can certainly expect nice things to come out. But I really do like the X Reels. But I heard if you get they have the ROG X Reels. We talked about that earlier from CES. And they're decent. They're really nice. It comes with the dock and everything. But I did hear that if you just get the regular X Reels, that they're actually really good as well. Was that a power button on the side of it? The way this works is it powers up via USB-C, so you don't even need a battery hooked up to it. Probably cost yeah, it's gonna be expensive. The wearable, I don't think it's gonna be too expensive though. Like for anyone that's looking for something like this. Let me see. I think it's They don't even list the price yet. But I think a lot of people would certainly be interested in this. This button for here. I think that's just the switch ports, I would assume, maybe. But I know that they don't have, it could be, it's probably, I think it powers on once you plug it in, if I remember correctly. It just plugs in. I'll go back to it. Let me see. It has the ROG control dock and display widget center. And it has real-time 2D and 3D conversion. And let me see. I have to go down a bit further. Friendly PC controls for precise, intuitive tweaking. The one before that, there's probably a little bit of input lag here. You want to see this side of it? Or you want to actually see the glasses? That showed 2. 2? What? Oh, the one. Next real pre-order and shipping. Okay, so they're available June 1st. Oh, wow. So it's 800. I found the pricing, $850 for it. And 171 inches. Oh, the NUC. You're talking about that NUC? This one? Yeah, this is a power button. You're talking about this. Yes. Yeah, that's a power button. Because it's a PC practically. Yeah, this is a PC. See, it features up to NVIDIA GeForce RTX 5080 laptop GPU with AI enhanced graphics. Yes. It's nice, right? It's really nice. Let's see, and we can find out the pricing with the memory and storage options. Let's see, but they don't tell you how much it is. Never mind. I thought they would. That's what I'm curious about. When I find out, I will definitely let you know. I'll ask about this. I'll definitely ask because I know there's going to be people interested in that. But Fam guys, I thank everybody for being part of the wonderful Fam. I thank you, Sweeney, for especially joining back as a wonderful members. That's absolutely nice. I dig it. And I also thank Jaspreet. I thank our Hidden Bull for being in, Hayseed for being part of us. We got to thank Nelly for coming from all the way from Egypt, and we got to thank Ernesto, LSG. We got to thank Jamil for being part of us, and we got to thank all our wonderful Fam here for being part of the show. I do appreciate you all. I will keep you guys up to date. Thank you, Anellis, for coming in, and Hidden Bull, of course. Yeah, and thank you, Z-Man. Thank you all. I thank you, Champ, too. That's tuned in as well. And have a great night. And I look forward to talking to you guys on Saturday. See you guys soon.